86% of entrepreneurs feel like a fraud. Not the ones who are failing, but the ones who made it. How crazy is that? So if you've been undercharging or over-delivering and hiding when it's time to show up in your business, it's not your fault. There's just something more powerful at play here. And in this video, I'm going to show you how it's been running you and your business all this time. Most entrepreneurs think that once we get there, or once we achieve success and make the big bucks, or achieve what we set out to achieve, the imposter syndrome will disappear. But unfortunately not. There was a study done by Kajabi, and they conducted a survey to all of their users who were already generating $10,000 or more. And 86% of them still said that they deal with imposter syndrome on a daily basis. And other stats have also shown that women entrepreneurs experience higher rates of imposter syndrome, and also entrepreneurs from Asian backgrounds report the highest rates of frequent or intense imposter feelings of any group that was studied. So imposter syndrome is widespread, and some people just hide it better, or they push through it better than others. And most of the time, you don't even know that you have imposter syndrome. It just quietly runs in the back of your life like a computer program. But it affects the way that you think, and the way that you feel, and the way that you make business decisions. Okay, so how does imposter syndrome show up when you're running your business? Now, the first way is underpricing. This is where you charge low because you're afraid that your potential customer or client will not pay for your services. Or you think that if you just charge what you're actually worth, there's a huge chance that you'll be discovered that you're a fraud. Another way that imposter syndrome shows up is that you overcompensate. You work extra hours, or you do more than you promised, and then you burn yourself out. And you believe that you have to earn what you charged, instead of coming from a place of belief in yourself. Another way, which I can relate to myself, is that constant feeling or that need to get more certified. This is where you buy course after course after course and spending thousands of dollars of courses that still make you feel like you need more. Or you say to yourself that you just need one more year to gain more experience, and then you can charge higher prices. But then you find that the goalpost just keeps moving because the real issue was never about your qualifications or your experience, but your fear of being seen for who you are. And then you price your products and services for your worst critic, which is you, instead of what the market actually pays for, or the massive results that you can deliver. Every one of those feels like a smart business decision in the moment, but it's not. It's fear of not feeling good enough, and it's holding you back from making an income that can support you and your family, but also building a business that makes you feel good, something that you can be really proud of. Now, here's the part that costs you even more than money. Imposter syndrome is really the fear of being seen. This is when you go quiet right before the launch, or you keep telling yourself this might not work, or who's going to buy this from me, or what makes me think that I can charge these prices. So you do the busy work, pretending that you're doing your business, and then you end up wasting time that you just don't have, time that you'll never be able to get back. Now, you ladies can probably relate to this. You edit the website for the 40th time, telling yourself that you're not ready, when really you're the one who's not ready to be seen. And here's another scenario, the one that took me the longest to see in myself and in the founders that I've worked with. You show up confident in a low stakes room, but then the second that the stakes go up, bigger client, bigger stage, or bigger number, you disappear. And that, ladies, is pure fear. Fear of not being good enough and not being able to perform and being found out. So why doesn't logic fix this? Why can you know that you're good at what you do and still feel like your stomach drops when you hit publish or you send an invoice or a quote with a bigger number on it? Because imposter syndrome was never a knowledge problem. It's a deep subconscious pattern that's running underneath your conscious awareness. And your subconscious mind has one job, and that's to keep you safe by recognizing patterns and reacting before you've had time to think it through. But here's the flaw in the system. You don't even know it's happening because it was a program that was installed within your subconscious mind since you were young, and it feels normal to you. So if somewhere in your past you used to be criticized for standing out, or your parents might have constantly disapproved of your behavior and always told you to be quiet, or your culture or school disapproved about how you dressed when you wanted to show up as your unique self, or you might have been bullied and picked on for who you are, then your subconscious mind starts to believe that being seen and being different and unique was bad. So later on in life, you subconsciously think that being visible and loud and unique and confident in who you are meant you're opening yourself up to criticism and danger. So you bring on this underlying fear into your current life. And that's why the fear that you feel before you tell your client or customer your price, or before you hit publish on social media, isn't coming from your business mind. It's coming from an old automatic threat response, and it's constantly firing every time you make decisions in business. So here's what that means for you practically. 1, insight alone won't fix it. Realizing, oh, that's just imposter syndrome feels good for about 10 minutes, but you can't really rewire and go deep into changing it. The pattern and programming was built throughout your life experiences over and over and over again. And it's built, and it takes deeper work to reprogram it. 2, that dread that you feel doesn't mean that you're making a bad decision or a bad business decision. Your nervous system is just panicking, and it has nothing to do with your price being too high or whether your work is good or bad. It's just repeating a habit that happens all the time automatically because it's deeply embedded within your subconscious mind. And 3, when you get stressed, you automatically revert to your deepest insecurities. So if deep down you feel like you aren't good enough, you keep setting low prices to feel safe, even when you have a mountain of proof that you're an expert and you are good at this and your product or service can change their life. So here's what I want you to do, ladies. Not think about, I want you to do. The next time you're about to send a price that feels a little too big, or you want to publish something on social media that feels a little too visible, just notice the tightening in your chest and that negative feeling in the pit of your stomach, and then just name it. That's a nervous system signal, not a business signal. And then do the thing anyway. Charge the price. Publish that damn video that you've been sitting on draft all this time, and own who you are and what you've accomplished and your uniqueness. Because the evidence that your subconscious needs isn't another affirmation. It's another data point where you were seen and nothing bad happened. And that's how the pattern actually changes. And look, if something bad does happen, like an online troll hating on you in your comments, just remember that if that troll was successful or fearless themselves, they wouldn't have the time or the energy to knock someone down. And do you really want to base your life around people like that? If this hits something in you, ladies, please like and share your experience in the comments below. Your words may end up inspiring others to get up and do something about it, their imposter syndrome too. And if you haven't noticed already, this channel is all about helping all of you women out there who have a dream of creating a life and business of passion, purpose, and freedom. So if she is you, hit subscribe and let's do this together. Until we meet again, ladies, live wild, live free, wild woman, run free. See you in my next video.